Hi. So, I just wanted to pop on really quick and let you know that my schedule is changing a bit. I think. I don't know. So, for that reason, I'm going to close my books for personal readings for the time being. Obviously, the people who already have readings scheduled, nothing changes for you. We will do those readings on those dates and times, but I'm just not going to take any new bookings, at least for right now. So obviously, I will let you know if that changes. We're talking about May. Shouts out to you, May babies, Taurus and Gemini. I'm a cusper. My birthday is on the 20th. Oh my gosh. So, anyway, without further ado, let's get into the reading. We're going to be using the Angels and Ancestors Oracle deck. And then we're using this tarot deck. I need to find the name of it. It doesn't come with a book, which is really annoying to me, but I'll figure it out. I'll Google it because I have no clue. I got it a couple years ago. So without further ado, and obviously because of my schedule, the videos are going to come out probably a bit more sporadically. Just an FYI on that too, if you care. But yeah, let's get into it. Okay, so first, let's see. I'm not entirely sure if I'm going to keep using this bowl situation, but let's start with Libra. Perfect. You know, we do things if they feel good. And if that changes, then we change things, right? And I'm just not sure if I want to continue to use the bowl. But anyway, let's talk about you. How's it going? Okay. We have Dream and Journey. Love that. This feels like making plans. I keep getting this feeling of planning. Is there something that you want to do, something you've been wanting to do? Maybe even listening to drumming, finding a video on YouTube. They have a ton of meditation videos with drumming. Just, feel that vibration and the rhythm, right? Almost connecting back into your body. I wonder if you're having interesting dreams. There's even these drawings around here, which again, it just it keeps having this feeling of doing something. Let's get your tarot cards out, and then of course we'll explore that a little further. We have the Empress, exactly. Holy shit. Sorry. This is your card. Oh my gosh. Okay. Wow. Okay. I've never actually done that before, where I just take cards off of the top, but for whatever reason, I just went for it, and we're gonna go. What is this? The Hermit. Oh my God. Yeah. I think these two cards at the bottom of the deck are exactly why wanted me to pull the cards off of the top so that these cards remained on the bottom. Okay, I hope that looks okay. It's like the Taurus in me, it has to look aesthetically pleasing, but then I just get frustrated if it just doesn't come together quickly, right? So I'm F it. Okay, this is beautiful. Libra. And I feel like Libra has been on a journey the last few readings. Like I have this it's like when I'm in a reading, I have a hard time like remembering what I talked about in the middle. Like, when you're channeling all of that, it's like I don't want my mind to get in the way of what's coming through. So I kind of just like shut that off. Here comes this Libra. My dog is a Libra. So anyway, I just remember the past couple readings, it's like this roller coaster, this up and down, but also there's always been this kind of clear message about like, advocating for yourself, right? Like doing what you want to do, which I know is not, depending on circumstances and stuff. Like I know, it's easier said than done. I know it's easy for me to sit here and, kind of say that, right? So let's just get started. So like I said, with this drum card, it says dream and journey, which to me does have like a planning type of like vibe to it, right? Like, what do you dream of doing? And it could literally be like going to the museum or, like it doesn't have to be this huge expression, right? It can be, absolutely. But I just want to say, it doesn't have to be, this big thing. I mean, I feel like every dream is big, regardless of how other people's, like perception of it is. So we start with this Empress card. And like I said, that is a card of Libra, because it's ruled by Venus, and Venus rules over Libra and also Taurus. So I love that this has this heart that this tree is growing out of. The Empress is divine feminine energy, not the gender, but the energy of the divine feminine. So it's being in the flow, it's intuition, it's feeling good in your body, doing things that make you feel good. So big self-care vibes with the Empress. They are generally pregnant in the traditional tarot, but pregnancy talks about reproducing opportunities, reproducing like, the ability to nurture things, including yourself. So it doesn't have to be, like biological or reproduction. It certainly can be if that is, something that you are looking to do as far as like expanding your family, but it's more so even just expanding the things around you, expanding the feel good vibes around you. There, even these trees, like get outside if you can. I keep getting this urge to take deep breaths, even get grounded, like literally go sit outside. Put both of your feet flat on the ground and imagine roots coming from the bottom of your feet and going into the earth, no matter where you are. If you're sitting on top of concrete or asphalt, whatever, I know a lot of people are like, go put your bare feet in dirt. Yeah, do that if that's accessible to you. But if it's not, then like I said, really just get into your body, like breathe into your body and imagine those roots coming out from the bottom of your feet and going into the earth, and just feel like how that feels to be grounded, even if it is just for that moment that you're sitting there. And then we have the Seven of Wands. And it's interesting, this says dream and journey, right? And, like we were talking about planning what to do, planning the things that you want to do, right? I mean, big get outside energy is going on around here too with the Pentacles and the Empress. All of these are Wands cards. All of these are Earth cards, which I just recognized this is an Earth card. That is crazy. And it's like the odds of that happening, which is just one of those reasons why I absolutely love doing tarot readings for people, even if it's a collective read. It's just, thank you for being here. So, okay, I'm getting all up in this Empress energy here. I'm a Taurus, like I said at the beginning. So, so the Seven of Wands, like I said, fire, clearly, right? The Seven of Wands generally talks about putting your foot down. It's a bit, kind of self-defensive. I mean, look at this. This is like a rope bridge, right? There's this one rung that is broken. This looks a bit eerie, like a normal person in their right mind might not cross this bridge. But we have this one wand here. And it has this feeling that, and I believe that Libra is really pretty intuitive. And I feel like this is already something that you know. I feel like with the Seven of Wands, there's been something pulling you, like either intuitively or you almost even kind of feel it in your body, maybe even specifically your heart chakra. You've been feeling like there's this something that's maybe either scary or uncertain to you that you need to cross, right? It's like you need to honor this. And especially like this feels like it's being divinely guided. And for whatever reason, this is how it looks to you. But it's like as soon as you step on this bridge and you take a couple steps into it, it's like the whole thing changes. And this could just be, we don't really have any air cards out here. I mean, drum could be close to air. And honestly, the only reason why I'm even thinking that is just because of the way that the sound from the drum carries, right? Like that's the only reason why I am like associating it, or that it could be. I mean, granted, Empress could be air because you're an air sign. So, it is associated with Libra also. But anyway, my point is that it's like as soon as you step on this bridge and start walking towards this wand here, this torch, it's going to change. Like it's like getting past that. And that's a point that I was trying to, it's not like we have any swords cards out here. So in the sense of being all up in your head and stuff, wands are about action, communication, like what steps are we taking, like literal steps. It's our motivation, it's creativity and passion, like how are we communicating those things? What actions are we taking towards those things? It's also information, because that's how we pick up knowledge, is by trying things. We learn what works, we learn what doesn't, we learn what we like, we learn what we don't like. So there's kind of this like wisdom aspect. And I also love how we go from the 7 to the 8 in the same reading, which is also rare. So I just want you to know like how potent, like this reading really is. So on the other side of this bridge, right? And this card is just so beautiful to me anyway. Like I would love to just hang this like on my wall. All these cards are beautiful. I still have not at the time of reading or doing this reading, I have not figured out what deck this is. It should be in the description below. But anyway, Then we have the Nine of Pentacles. The Nine of Pentacles, well, like I said, Pentacles, Earth. Pentacles have to do with our money, how we get it, how we spend it, how we save it, how we invest it. It's our time. How do we spend our time? What do we invest our time in? It's our physical body also, right? Like how are we taking care of our like literal vessel? It's anything in the 3D, anything that you can touch, anything that has monetary value. And the Nine of Pentacles specifically is a card of like individual success. Nines are about, when we recognize the energy like within ourselves, and so are the queens. And we have two queens out here, but like we reach a point where with the Nine of Pentacles, there's a level of, financial stability or freedom. There's an independence aspect to it. They're generally depicted as a single person on the Nine of Pentacles. So it's like you have gotten yourself to this place of success, and whatever that success looks like to you, right? I mean, it doesn't have to be like being a CEO of like a company or something like that. I mean, it certainly can be, but it's always a spectrum. It could be you got yourself out of bed this morning, right? Like it could be anything. But there is this aspect of celebrating your success, but also even recognizing how far you have come, how much work you've put into a thing. You. Specifically, like there's literally nothing else on this table that is talking about anybody else except for you. I love that we have this, like bounty, this like harvest here too. Everything looks healthy. It looks ripe. And I love how it's even coming after the Empress card, because this is very much about, again, pouring into yourself. And it might even be, like you are going to have to really put some like fire under your own ass. Like if you're waiting for somebody to come save you, it's not. You need to save yourself. Like that's the lesson here. And it's also saying that you have the ability to do that. So, right, like with the Seven of Wands, like this is really having to like really almost kind of like dig into yourself and find that strength. I mean, strength isn't specifically out here as a card, but it is a fire card. and again, even going back to this drum card, like I was saying in the beginning about even just listening to drum beats and just, connecting that in with your body. This is confidence too. Like this to me even has this feeling of like stepping out like on your own with these two. But there's this one wand up here, the other six are back here, and they're probably like, what are you doing? And you're like, I'm tired of being on this side of the bridge. I'm just going to cross it. Screw it. I'm just going to see what's on the other side. And there's all this amazing stuff on the other side. And you're like, those other six wands are lamos, and they're just like chilling on that side of the bridge. And then the Mother of Wands or the Queen of Wands, this is that confidence. These both speak to confidence. And like I said, right, like I literally think I just said, like you have it in you to do this, to do it, whatever it is. And the Queen of Wands is confident. And like I was saying, queens are when we recognize the energy within ourselves. Like we embody the energy of the suit, which is fire, which is, again, right, like motivation. It's taking action on things and knowing the actions that you want to take. Being clear about those actions that you want to take, but also not even worrying about like the outcome. It's like, it's for me. These are the things that I've wanted to do. So I'm going to do them for me. This, just because of like the wand placement, it feels like, like needing to have a backbone. And especially with these two next to each other, it is having a backbone. This feels a bit like all of a sudden, like kind of tough lovey. And I mean, you know, if that's what it takes. But also it's like, I wish I could like transfer, kind of this, the feeling that I'm getting from this reading onto you. Like, because it is very empowering. It's not meant to be tough lovey. It's meant to be empowering. And it's almost like this energy of like, remember who the F you are, right? Like, come on, son. Remember who you are. And then the Queen of Pentacles. The Queen of Pentacles is like the minor arcana card to the Empress, which is also awesome that it's out here. All these cards are like depicted as like a single person. There's usually, on the Seven of Wands, it's usually like those 6 wands are coming up at a person and they're like kind of in a defensive stance. So, it could even be, if for some reason like you feel like somebody is holding you back, or you can't do something because of other people in some capacity, this is saying that there's got to be a way. Because they wouldn't show up if there wasn't, right? Like, they wouldn't. And maybe that's even just, like, again, because I was saying at the beginning, I feel like this is already stuff that Libra knows. And this is just, that's what tarot is anyway, for the most part, is like just validating the energies that are around you. Because then, it's like once you have this like confirmation, then it's like, you can free up that energy that you've been spending on worrying, is this true? Is this, what I should be doing? Is this blah, 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 then it's like you free up that energy in order to focus on something else. And that something else could be, again, both of these cards talk about nurturing. The Mother of Pentacles, or the Queen of Pentacles, is like the mother hen of the tarot. And again, there's this like self-love aspect to them, really like pouring into yourself, right? But since it is a pentacle, it's, to see yourself grow and blossom, even like on the Empress card, but we have apples on the Queen of Pentacles. The pentacle is at their root. There's a lot of red and green on here. So it could even be just aligning your root chakra with your heart chakra. And your root is about, even like the actions that you take. It's that pressure to do. It's that pressure to act. But also, like I was saying before, about getting grounded. Because if our head is like just way too far up in the clouds, right? And you are an air sign, which is about like our mental space and, all up there. Then, sometimes it's hard to see that there are other possibilities or options, and especially if you're taking no action towards them. But it's like, there's all of these things like swirling around, these ideas that you want to do, or, the things that you've said you wanted to do, but if you don't do them, right, which is why we have all these wands cards at the bottom here, there's clearly action that needs to be taken. So, Queen of Pentacles. And again, it does have to do with your money and your time and your body. So there is some level of, I can't think of the word, like leveling up. And with it being a queen, there's, like this self recognition of the energy. It could even just be that you have the energy to nurture yourself, but also, like your life. Like it's like, what does your daily routine look like? It's getting warmer in most places. Like, maybe it is a time to spend a little bit more time outside. If that's accessible. And also, like feeling grounded, like really kind of helps us feel a bit less chaotic too. Speaking of chaotic, we have this Eight of Wands. And the Eight of Wands talks about things moving quickly. It could be unexpected communication with somebody or somebody communicating with you out of the blue. But whatever is happening between here and here, something starts to move forward better. And even, like this lightning strike here and how it's energizing these 8 wands. So there could be like multiple areas of your life that are affected just by taking, like a singular step towards one thing. But it's like all of a sudden it, kind of even like opens the door to other possibilities. Or again, right? I mean, it is the Eight of Wands, so something is going to be moving quickly, which is even more reason why to be grounded. And then, like I said, we had the Hermit at the bottom of the deck. This is Virgo, so Earth again. And if this is the energy that you have been in, we have the Death card behind. So, Death is Scorpio, so that's water. This is the first water card that we've even seen or even talked about. And this is a bit gory. But those actually even look like crystals. It like looks like rubies, which is interesting. I wonder what the principle or what the properties of a ruby is. And I'm trying to think of like other red crystals. Maybe you have one in mind. But it is interesting because it's like, here is this, like kind of carcass, right? Unfortunately. But what is inside of it is this beautiful crystals, like those, like the druzy. If you've seen like those, is that what it's called? Druzy, Druzzy, where, like the little crystals form. That's so fascinating. And even too, how both of these look to be winter. This looks more spring because there's grass popping through, but there's these pine cones, there's, pine trees back here. So again, even this other layer of these two things going together, it's clearly time to come out of this hermit mode. And then we have the Three of Cups, again, water. This is having support from others. This could even be asking for support, This looks like an oyster with a couple like pearls. I mean, granted they're cups, but that's just how like it looks. And again, right? I mean, the Three of Cups anyway talks about having support from others, networking, it's like everybody is in support of everybody else, right? There's no hierarchy maybe, or whatever. It's like equal celebration. And, it can be asking for support from your friends, right? Like even just, hey, like, can we go grab lunch? Or texting, calling, asking them to come over and have coffee or, snacks or something, whatever, right? But it's like, if you haven't done that in a while, stop it. That time has come and passed with the Death card being out here. And too, you'll probably be surprised maybe that, I mean, people are more available and want to support you more than you might even think. We have the Four of Pentacles, which is, kind of holding on a bit too tight. The Seven of Cups is options. Again, we were talking about possibilities over here. And then the Ace of Cups. Beautiful. Four of Cups. Like all this water behind behind the Hermit. Ace of Cups is like feeling that love again, feeling, nurtured, your cup being full, having like that new kind of lease on life type of vibe. This was beautiful, Libra, and thank you so much for being the first to go, because this set the stage and I love it. I'm leaving it there. Oh, I'm trying to get better at this. Oh, I'm terrible at remembering, but if you've made it this far, thank you for that. That helps me a lot. But also, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, I would love if you did that. Like the video if you haven't done so already. Leave a comment would be great, even if it's an emoji. I love emojis. Like or dislike the video. Either way, it's engagement, and I love it. But I am trying to grow this space and grow this channel and hitch a ride on the YouTube algorithm. And obviously I cannot do that without you. So, yeah, I guess that's it. Follow me on Instagram if you don't already. I post daily, energy, like readings over there. I sometimes post them on YouTube, but sometimes they're just too long and I can't like post them as a short on YouTube. So check that out. Whatever. Any of the links that you need are down below too. Okay, I'm out of here. Love you. Bye.